Different from usual. As I say, this is just a wee new to move across here. This is just a wee kind of smaller camera and angle, sorry. Um, Put the beef on, as you can see, getting there. That's after having heart failure last year, so it just shows you we can all get there in life. And tonight, as I say, we're going to talk about the boxing in Scotland and the UK. Where do we think it's going to go? And also, have you seen the new prison for women in Scotland? And the carry on with the police chasing youngsters on their bikes. What do we think of that? So, as I say, there will be three subjects we're touching on tonight, and as I say, the boxing situation, I think, in my view, this is only my view, a lot of people take boxing as a sport as they look at people doing it and think they can do it. It takes a really hard person to be a boxer. It's no an easy sport. By the boxing, is what people make it out to be and would like it to be. Unfortunately, with boxing, you come with hard discipline. That's what the sport is all about, discipline. It's not all about fighting, it's not all about this, it's not all about that, it's about discipline. You've got your training, you've got your diets, you've got your sleeps, and as I say, you've got travel and the rest of it that comes with it. You, in that kind of sport, you've got to be mentally and physically healthy to be doing that. You've got a lot of travel, as I say, your body's taking a heavy beating at the same time in both ways. But as I say, just now on YouTube and as I say, other areas, social media, you'll see a lot of the bare knuckle boxing and all that coming in. Now, over the years, we've seen quite a lot of new faces coming into the BKB and stuff like that, which is fantastic. It opens up new windows and new challenges for other people in life. Where, as I say, like last year, we had a certain BKB brawl, and as I say, it went very well at some points and quite bad at others. But as I say, that's the way that company goes, and that's their rules. That's what I was saying when the BKB and all the other UFC fight clubs and all that kind of stuff, they are different, total ball game to like boxing. You know what I mean? Boxing is more, I'd say, an easy, laid back sport, but it's rough and tough, and you've got to be game to get into the ring. Take my hat off to any man that goes in a ring. I mean, it is frightening and daunting. People won't realise it until they actually do it. And, but with the bare knuckle side, that's even more dangerous. That's where the head injuries, the facial injuries, all that becomes serious, and I mean serious. Okay, it's you've only got so much layer of straps within your knuckles. That's so you're basically fighting barefists, basically. And where with gloves, you've got different padding and different sizes. Now, as I say, I wish all the boys well on their gains and their journey on that side of it. You know what I mean? And I'm most certainly sure they'll have everything health and safety wise, the lot all sorted, and it's good to see it coming, because just now in Scotland there's a lot of fighters that want to challenge this sport and make it through into this sport, and we've seen it time and time after again, and Scottish boys going and fighting all over the country and proving themselves as good fighters. Then you'll get your average Joe want to be a fighter, and he goes, but when he hits the ring, his arse goes. But that's not his fault, or it's not their fault. It's just the fright as soon as you get in the ring. The simple fact is, as soon as that hand goes down, you've got to go for it. You can't bounce about the ring and shy away from it. You're in about it. And for boxing, it's more laid back. The rules are more laid back. The refereeing is more laid back. And as I say, it's more for points. The other ones though, the other one's more for a reputation. And as I say, who is this and who's that? So that's one of the subjects I'd like to talk about and people hear what people's thoughts are within that. The other one is the new prison that's just been built in Stirling for the women prisoners. I think it's a great establishment in what they've done for female prisoners and how to do and cope with their mental health. We know last year and the year prior to that, and many years before that actually, a lot of women were taking their lives in Cottonville, and suicide rate was going right up. See, that was in maybe the early 2000s into 2008. That was gone dramatically high. Then they introduced certain things to Cottonville prison and it went down. But as I say, I've seen it in the news this morning and I've been reading up that there's been a lot of new changes. Now, to me, it looks like more like a hospital. Some might agree with me, some might not, but it looks like more like a psychiatric ward if you look at it. It's all wee buildings, you know what I mean? It's all windows. You know, it's no your average jail. It's quite actually weird looking, to be honest with you. And to be looking at a prison, it looks like a psychiatric ward. What is that saying? But you know what I mean? What is that actually? Because there's got to be a thing behind that. You know what I mean? Now, if you look at Berlin, you look at Glenorchy, you look at it, like every other jail, right? Man's prison, it's all bars, doors, and you know what I mean? Gates, everything, right? But when you look at a women's jail, it's a holding camp. And I wouldn't class that as a jail. No, I'm an ex-criminal, an ex-prisoner myself. But I still wouldn't be saying, well, wait a minute, right, we've all got human rights, we've all got this, we've all got that. But at the end of the day, we're still there to be punished for a crime. How are you meant to rehabilitate someone? Just send them into a place that looks like fucking mountains. I don't get that. I didn't get that. Fair enough. You know what I mean? We'll go with the suicide rates and the mental health rates and stuff like that. Well, for me personally, I didn't think anybody with mental health issues should be in a prison. They should be in a hospital. You know what I mean? Mental health, doing a crime through mental health and doing it through just for being a criminal is a total different situation. You can't mix the both in the same place because that's where it all starts again. And how are these people meant to recover within that? And that's where I think the government is failing in that one. I don't know what you think about it, but me personally, as a prisoner and being in jails that's no fit for a dog, obviously, to look at that, is that no a bit unfair towards male prisoners? Male prisoners are just as same as female prisoners. And I mean, by what I'm saying with that is way of thinking, and the same male prisoners can handle withdrawal symptoms better than females. No, no. Mental health better than others? No, they can't. How can they do that? You know what I mean? How can a male prisoner deal with that better than a women prisoner. For simple fact is, an addiction is an addiction. Men haven't got carpets and home comforts in their cells. Psychiatric wards have it. So is this what they're trying to show to the next generation or this generation? You come here, you become to this. You're not coming to jail, right? I'm glamorised with this. You know what I mean? Because it looks like a ward. It just looks like a psychiatric ward. The people, as I say, you'll disagree with me and go this and go that, but I'm not bored, I'm not telling the truth. Right? That's my opinion. Stirling jail looks like a psychiatric ward. Simple. It doesn't look like a jail, it looks like a psychiatric ward. So what message is that sending out to the next generation? A bad one in my eyes, to be honest with you, because they're just going to go in there, think they can go in with what they're doing, which they will, you know what I mean? But each to their own. But it's no, you know what I mean, it's no showing them like, maybe you can do that on the outside, but you can't do that on the inside. You know what I mean? Especially walking into a place like there. I couldn't believe what I was fucking seeing. Honestly, I got dropped. It was just weird. It still bedazzled my brain today. And I'm just looking at it and going, well, how can you justify that to be a prison when they'll go other prisons with 20, 30-foot walls, gates, metal windows, whatever. I just don't know where the government's going with this. I just don't know where they're going. Then the next thing you hear that they're coming out with Police Scotland racist. We knew that. These are telling us something. These are telling us something that we knew 10, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? But why are they just deciding to go, right, oh, your police force is racist? You're not racist, you're racist, corrupt. You're everything. You're everything. And that's the fact. And they know this. And now, the more times coming out, I think they're trying to cover their own arses by coming out with this. And I do. Because there are a lot of unsolved crimes. There's a lot, as I say, a lot of crimes that's not been rightfully done. So they've got a lot to answer for. And I mean, in conviction. And they've locked other people up for other people's crimes. They've been proven this on many occasions. And so, as I say, what's the angle with all this? And what they're going to do with it? Because it's just, you can't have one rule for one and one rule for the other. And that is fact. Right? As I say, you've got men lying there, right? Young boys lying there in a cell with nothing. You know what I mean? Bars in the window. And they're looking at that on the news and seeing this. Can you imagine that if that was you just lying there and looking at the telly and going, what the fuck is that? And you know what I mean? That it's a kick in the balls. And as I said, it's day after day after day you're seeing the Scottish Post or the Scottish justice system or whoever in the media or on their telly every day. As soon as you wake up, you turn that telly on, there's some there. And it's just like, what is going here? And there's just no, I just don't know how to explain it, to be honest with you. I don't. Anyway, I just went on a bit of a ramble there, but it just it just pissed me off, and I was like, no, I need to say this because it's annoyed me all day, you know what I mean? And I was meant to actually come on here and talk about something else, but I've just been sidetracked by just what I saw. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, how's other people meant to feel about that? You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, a lot of prison, like female prisoners, they'll not like that. They maybe say they will like it, right? But if you go and ask any other female prisoner that's done a bit of porridge, they'll tell you know what I mean? They didn't really want to get in there because they know they're used to the discipline, the routine, you know what I mean? Structure. These places are not giving you that. That's just basically opening your door in the morning going, there you want. You know what I mean? Some people can't do that. Some people will find it very, very hard to adapt to. You know what I mean? Especially people who've been in and out for a long time. They will find this really hard. Because the government just think you're a number. That's all. You're just a number. And that's what prisoners are, realistically. You know what I mean? The other day there, I was up at hospital. Sorry about that. The other day I was up at the hospital with Kirsty. And I was just standing there talking away. Next minute it was two prison bands. And I just couldn't believe, you know what I mean, what I'd seen. I was just like, convoy after convoy. So they're all coming from Glenorchy. They've got to be coming from Glenorchy because one was the old man with a stick, and the other one was a young boy with a blue jumper on, and the old guy with a red jumper on. Now, back in Glenorchy, when I was in the YOs, I can remember like when the halls were there, like A hall, B hall, C hall, and D hall, and all that. I can remember all the old halls were there. Then, as I say, that was the Lifers Hall in Glenorchy, and I'm sure the Bolton flat was for SOs. I'm sure it was, because as I say, I worked in the visiting pass at Boy Fembra, Muir House in Edinburgh actually. I'm a Sarva, if you're watching. I know I've got a lot of Edinburgh viewers. If you're watching, pal, you thumbs up, you shout out to you. I was dubbed up with him at the time, up in the YOs. I was on the visiting pass. I was 2002. Ricardo Blanco, and all big names were on at the time, and I was there. I was only 18, 19, something like that. Well, back to 11, I think it was just turned 20, ready to go into the cons. I think it was, it was in fact, was. Anyway, and a lot of prisoners for Falkirk were in Glenorchy, so I got to know them through the visiting room. And during the visiting room pass, we were the ones that had to serve the people, like their visitors. We had to give them like their coffee, their tea and stuff like that. I mean, because we were in the YOs, we were way up the top end, you know, they were way down the boatmen. And A-Hall was for, like, life was at the top. That's when you had your hammy and all that kind of folk were in the top. And as I say, you had your fucking dirty ones at the bottom, and that's who I clocked the red jump. I was like, oh, look at this shit. And he puts me in the mind of somebody. You have either seen him in the paper lately or on YouTube, and I'm not sure who it is. I wasn't ask him his name to go and shake it down. I really talk to him, but the other boy I was trying to go holiday. I was actually trying to go holiday. I'm going to clock he had the blue jumper on. You know what I mean? I know that was either D Hall, but it's all been changed, Glen on the way. Basically like that flag, the holes in that, it's all new holes. But aye, that was good day days back in 2002 in Glenorchy, Vernon Pass. A lot of big names were in at the time. And as I say, we dealt with the canteen. We sat, handed it all out to the visitors that used to come up. Visitors used to tell you to keep a couple of pound, stuff like that for your cellie, but you couldn't get it back to the cell. So what the visit screws used to do was put it in a jar for you, and you used to be able to take like Mars bars and that, you know what I mean, for the price of what you made in tips that week. Plus you got your other perks, you know what I mean. Done it for a lot of people. I still, as I say, talk to them to this day. You've got to do what you've got to do for all them dates. You know, it's just one of these things. Many people, because you've got to remember when you're in the pass at Glencoe, the visit room pass, that's the only way you go to interact with down the back, right? And it was good, an experience. Then the riot kicked off, and that was December 2002, going to 2003. There was a riot in Glencoe, down the back kicked off. I'm not going to mention any names. They were big boys too. As I say, they all kind of done a sit down protest for canteen because it was a day's late. So word got up to us at the top, and there'll be a lot of boys going here who probably watching will remember this. Boys with Drum Chapel, Bathgate, but that actually a guy for Orkney, and Big Barry Rundle. I wonder what happened to that guy. But anyway, go back to the story. Hall kicked off, we Jed and that, they all kicked off. We were at Wingate, all the boys and that Paisley, they all kicked off. And that was it. Well, just, it was breeze blocks in the DC and Pullman, all, Glencoe, sorry. It was breeze blocks, sorry, right? So, just used to shake your bed off, smash through the wall, and that'd be it. You're into the next cell. Then, by the time the staff came in during the night, we all had the back to deal with, you know what I mean? So the YOs was kicking off at the same time, up at the top. Then you had Low Moss kicking off. Then you had, I think it was shots. So you had 4 jails in the one, basically, week kicking off, and that was in 2002 and 2003. And it was an experience and a half. The army had to come in. We all got strip searched, we all got battered, we got dished out what we got dished out. We wrecked the place. Now, as I say, there'll be people that can back the story up when they see the podcast, they can have a look at it and go, I can remember that Castle man, I can remember that. And as I say, there are a few that say boys already been on here and say to me about being in jail and that, and it's just what a laugh. It's just, I used to think it's sad because I used to think the jail was like a second home. But the fact is, every time I come out, things would go wrong. You know what I mean? You end up taking drugs, you end up running about around you, and you end up doing this, you end up doing that. So it was just like, fuck this, you know what I mean? I'll be back. And that was my second home, sorry. As I say, it was quite sad to think about it. But that was just the way I lived with an addiction back then. It was an unwritten rule, you never took you home to your parents or that, So in fact, I just, after the whole carry on with my dad's business here and that and stuff like that, which I'm going to get into in depth, we ended up getting arrested and jailed and stuff like that. And all we were doing was just trying to protect these businesses and making sure there was nobody trying to get in and muscle in basically and take it off them and stuff like that. And my uncles had there what they were doing, and it was this was in the 90s, mind, and I'll say up to 2002, and it was just bonkers. You know? It was just bonkers. This, as I say, the stories will, oh, they're unreal. You know, and all the paperwork's there, basically the documentation's there. And, oh, this one here, this is actually me in the Book of Law. Dan cast against John G. McGlennon, prosecutor fiscal Kilmarnock. That was a trial when I was in Jails and Residential School, and that was in 1999. Yep, 1999. Evidence sufficiently contrabandations theft, and that was of money accused admitting the theft to a lesser some whether compliant or whatever evidence of some contraband. What they basically said there, I was in jail from residential school, which is run by the Church of England, and I'm a Roman Catholic. They put me at the work placement in Largs, down Bearshire, and as I say, I wanted to get home because I'd never been home leave for, I think it was May that year, and I never seen any of my family for 6 months. Basically, I was only 14, 15 at the time, and I tried to say I stole money when I never. And as I say, that was just so they could cover their arse because it was all through agency work. And with me being under the age of 16 and then letting me out for the work placement was against the law, you know what I mean? So they tried to cover their arse and basically say that I stole this when I didn't. And there was, I think it was £127. You've got to remember, that was in 1999. So 127, yeah, 100, £127. And then they tried to say it was £140. Then it tells you here when they went back and challenged it because it was that Sheriff Smith, Neil Smith, I think his name is. I can't remember his right name, but Sheriff Smith, anyway, for Kilmarnock, he was the one that actually convicted me on the charge. There was no evidence at all, nothing. You know what I mean? As I said, I just ran away because that was the only way I could get out. For the residential school, but as I say, when they took me to my work placement, dropped me off, I was like, fuck this. And I bolted along here at Drawson Beach and jumped on the train to Silcoats and got to Glasgow Central. And as I say, they broke my back and they charged me with that. And as soon as I said to my lawyer about it, we obviously challenged it, and we won the case because I appealed it because they gave me a fine of £150. Was it £150? £150, and I paid £17.50 to that, and they had to pay me that back, and my lawyer won that with his understudy, and that was at the High Court in Edinburgh. And it tells there, Dan Carson against John G. McLaren, prosecutor fiscal, Kilmarnock. Look it up in the book of law. It does was there. Simple. So there are many stories to come out. And as I say, there's no lies about this. It's hard to come out with stories that affect your mental health and your trauma. It's been a long 2 years, as I say, try to get this together and try to do it properly. Finally I found somebody that's wanting to work with me, get to the studio and start pumping this message out. A lot of people have tried to disturb the message in the last 2 years. I've succeeded a wee bit, but I've kept fighting. But that's what you do when you try to help others. And through the journey of the channel over the last 2 years, I've helped a lot of people off camera. The simple fact is, it'd just be a shame to put them on camera. I mean, Aid, PSO, who's all doing, as I say, that's what the channel's all about, helping folk. It's not all about trying to be better than anybody. There's the point of view like that life. Didn't get anywhere. I said I was going to jump on tonight, and I have. You know what I mean? I was late, I do apologise. But as I say, yeah, there are plenty of stories coming up about the prison riot, going local, other stuff like that. But I want to start taking the channel a different way, you know what I mean? Instead of sticking with the crime, stuff like that, trying to take it a different way and like outdoor activity, you know what I mean? Way people like viewers or that if they want to meet up, they could all start meeting up and going away and doing things, you know what I mean? And just going away for a coffee, going away for a wee bit of lunch or just something like that, you know what I mean? Just to do something, because this is what the channel's all about, helping people, and for over the last 2 years it's just been getting stuck at stupid things, right? And people try to put you off the way you're going and stuff like that. Oh, and Scotland is a beautiful place, man. I very that's I didn't realise, you know what I mean? And I've lived in Falkirk all my life, right? And see the heritage that's in Falkirk is unreal, unreal. I'm learning every day about the heritage in Scotland, and see if the people actually stop and realise what they're actually got on their doorstep, and what the people in their own communities and stuff like that have actually fought for. When they really treat the place as bad as it is, right? Because we've got loads in history, and you've got the hills, you've got the. It's just unbelievable, you know what I mean? What is out there? It's a big world, you know what I mean? There's wee kind of places like, and you're up towards Calendar Way and Walkall Way, all that the place and that, You've got what do you call they wee things, man? You go down and it's mental. You go down to like a wee waterboard kind of thing, that, and the things you could do in Scotland is unreal. It is like, and I'm from Scotland, but I can't see it because I'm from here. But as I say, other people, as yourself, people that don't play Scotland, will actually come on and go, ah, man, Scotland's beautiful. I mean, but people didn't see it like that. I think it's maybe when you get older, that's when you start to realise what you've got in your own country and your own community, right? And you start going, ah, man, what are they doing, man? They're ruining this place. You know, you've seen like old listed buildings and stuff like that that was there for many years, and getting knocked down now, and you're like, that's sad. You know what I mean? I can remember this, I can remember that, and it's just terrible, man. It's just unreal. You know what I mean? So that's how I wanted to try and get out more. And when I got to St Helens Lock, Bonnie Bridge, that was where I brought up. That's got a lot of history behind it. St Helens Lock. Then you've got the Elf and all that. There's a lot of history up there too. And just take it out and about, I mean, and just help people and make people smile. And that's what it's all about. No, to cause misery, you know what I mean? Just get to know each other. You know what I mean? As I say, Scotland is a big country. It's a great country, I mean. And as I say, like fishing, stuff like that, that's all going out the window now. You don't see many fishermen or people fishing along the canals or none like that. You don't see none like that anymore. It's just sad. I mean, but aye, the day was just a eye opener for me. The what's going on in the country just now. It's just terrible. And how you doing, Kirk, mate? Thanks for joining me, Paul. Edinburgh, well, own Robo, Edinburgh, mate. Edinburgh is a fantastic city, fantastic. I'll go through there regular myself. I love Edinburgh, and I love Edinburgh. That still has got some history in it. Now you're going back medieval. When you go to the underground, you in. You go to the underground, city, Bolton, Tabernacle City, sorry, and just the buildings itself, the architecture building, when you go off the train stations and all that, they're unreal. You know what I mean? It's just the people which took their time to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's unappreciated. That'd have been a hard job, that. You know what I mean? Can you imagine this in a youngster now to go and chip away at all the wee bricks and all that to get design, they tell you to fuck off, and it's sad. But the scenery when you're doing the camping van, or you've got a caravan or whatever you've got, and you're travelling around Scotland, it's just unreal. You know what I mean? There's everywhere you go, there's a beach, and it's just, or there's a big bit of water, or there's hundreds of walkways. You know what I mean? But people didn't want to do this. They want to go abroad and do it, and rather help their own people. I just didn't understand that. Fair enough, I'll go to Spain, but I do stuff when I'm earlier. You know what I mean? And as I say, I do stuff when I'm here. But the rest of this year, I think I'll be travelling about Scotland, seeing a lot myself, just to kind of take the channel, as I say, a different way, and actually doing stuff. Now with my health not back to normal, I can get out and do a lot of things. Still a wee bit kind of hanging with the water sports, in case the heart goes mental, but I didn't understand why I panicked about that. You know what I mean? Because I'm sort of speak to people on a daily basis, and they tell me that they've got heart problems and stuff like that, but they still do a lot of exercise, like swimming, martial arts, stuff, all that kind of stuff. And that, I've no stopped doing stuff like that. I just kind of cut back. I'm just started putting the weight back on. That's me up to 10.5 stone now. No fluid or nothing like that, so I'm getting there. But sometimes I panic, or sometimes I just kind of miss. What do you say? Doubt yourself. You know what I mean? You know, got that. You've got the confidence. You know you've got the confidence, but you don't feel you've got the confidence. If you know what I mean. But other people are telling you, man, how you like that, and how you know. You know what I mean? Being yourself. You're just. But it's hard to explain because you sometimes you just kind of didn't understand what they're talking about. You're like, what are you talking about, man? You know? I wish I had the confidence that you've got, and it's all strange. But is that is that because you're back living the normal life now that you didn't see it, or is that you've just been ignorant towards it and just sitting in the same situation all the time because you're used to it? That's what's kind of frightening now because the last couple of weeks there, maybe even longer than a couple of weeks to be honest with you, and it was like panic attacks and stuff like that. I was waking up with during the night. I don't know if that was because I was trying to stop smoking and I stopped smoking the cannabis and that, but I had to start taking a couple of drugs of that noon again just to calm the anxiety and the stress down. But I didn't crave anything anymore. It's weird. But I've smoked since I was 9 year old and I've been through a lot. You know what I mean? And with the smoking part of it, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to lie. Right? I'll light a wee pipe up, a wee draw it, then my heart will start to go, then I'll go like, no, I didn't want that. Right? And as I say, like the fag, I'll go to take a drawy one, and I'll go what am I doing? You know? Because I've always think about my heart. But then I look at other people doing the cold water challenge and that, jumping in and that, and they've got heart conditions, and I'm like, oh, fuck that, I'm not getting in there. If my heart goes into shock, you know what I mean? What am I going to do? So it's scary. It's scary living with a heart condition, like, I never have thought, for the things I've been through in life, I thought it had been a lot worse than that, man. And to be honest with you, I've got the scars and the mark to prove, and that I've been through the wars, but at an early age, suffering with heart failure was a serious thing, and it still plays in my mind to the now, you know what I mean? And when I stopped the smoking and continued to do what I'm doing, it was hard because I was nervous, you know what I mean? And I was out and back and forth to the doctor and no understanding what's going on here. And how am I not feeling this? How am I not feeling that? And he's telling me everything's back to normal. There's none of maybe you've not got a chest infection, you've not got this, you've not got that. But you seem to think you have when it's no, it's just reality kicking back in. You know what I mean? Oh mate, I'm just in the process get in a van to turn into a camper. As I say, a camper van, brilliant, brilliant. But one you go, but camper van you go, if you don't mind me asking. I like the Peugeot, big Peugeot ones, they're crackers. And as I say, when I had the car wash, I had a contract with a guy to come in and get his camper vans washed. Lovely big wagons, and paying top dollar for them, like, and very top dollar. But as I say, I'd like to do, I don't know if it's the, what is it, route something? Some route, you go there, Scotland and England or something like that. On the caravan, a camper van, but camper van. See personally, my way, if I had it, I'd go and stay in a camper van. I'd get the house up a lot, stay in a camper van, because see by the time you pay your rent and the rest of it, it's costing you mega bucks. And a VW transporter, listen, see them things, they're brilliant, man. See when I got to Spain, that's all you see. Is that the wee one with that lifts the roof up? You can stand, but obviously you can stand aside when you lift the roof up. But they camper vans, man, them VWs, they're crackers, like, and they cost a pretty penny, you know. Depends what age it is that I'll pay, but they're quite popular, the wee camper vans, like. Many do they hold, is that just a two-berth? And you got a lot of room in the camper vans. Kaka, how you doing? How's things, mate? I'm doing no bad. Kaka, how's yourself? I'm just going on, mate. I was just explaining about the jail and Cotton Vale, and how it's weird to see a prison like that, and it looks more like a psychiatric ward than it does an actual prison. You know, so it's just weird to see that. It's just a bit dodgy, but I'm just getting myself back into the routine, coming on lives now and getting things told. Sorry, just reading a comment now. PSO, with my heart failure. Oh man, didn't even go there, sir. Didn't even go there. Touch wood. Heart failure was serious, man. But my oxygen levels went away down to 30, 40. I was away with it, and losing consciousness, falling asleep, all this kind of stuff. I had to drain 16 of fluid out me. Oh man, it was just. I need to actually sit and go through that. Benji, how you doing, brah? My man for Wales. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're blessed. Well, she's through there. She's dressing the new way. As I say, she went in to get a bit of surgery. So they've kind of wrapped her up, kind of not too bad, but she's dressing up just now, and I think she's going to start doing lives, along with me to get it out, Mary. But she's doing well. She's doing better, best she can, to be honest with you. She's had a hard time in the hospital. As I say, she had a couple of drips in her and that, and the drips kept falling out and stuff like that. And she had a wee bit of a hard time in there, so she's glad to be out now. How you doing, Cass? Hope you're well, brother. And as I say, I still meaning to phone you. Sorry I haven't. Just been busy with custody for the last couple of days and other stuff. So I will get in touch with you, my man. Benjamin, man, I'm doing alright, best I can, brother. As I say, just going on with life. Try to be myself, take the channel to another level. As I say, go to different places, get things out there, and actually, you know what I mean, open people to come and meet, and we can all go away for a walk, or even just something to eat, and get together, get to know each other a bit more, and plan events throughout the summer, and just do stuff like that. Just to cheer everybody up, man. We all need to meet new people in life, you know what I mean? Some people don't want to take that challenge in life, I mean, but if you don't go and meet other people, then how are you meant to get better? If you're sitting with depression, or you're just maybe sitting with loneliness, it doesn't matter. There's none of matter. We're meeting different people. We all meet. See if the more you can hang about with the same people, the more you'll just live in that same cycle. because everyone that you meet brings you a different kind of like lifestyle you maybe think are funny. You know what I mean? So that cheers you up. So you you know what I mean? You get used to that person. You the more that person's around, then the more the lot is around, the more laugh, the more fun you have, and the more time you go away out doing what we do. You know what I mean? And it creates health and happiness for everybody. And that's what this channel's all about. Now, if you want to go to the gym, go to the gym. If you want to go for a wee bike ride, go do that. Just stuff like that. It's easy. It's all about just helping each other. You know what I mean? Nobody's asking to pay for it. It's all just kind of come together and we'll just do what we need to do. You know what I mean? That's the way we want to go. You've been busy at work, Cash man. You're working all the time, aren't you? You're working all the time. As I say, mate, listen, you're better out there doing your work than sitting in the house and doing none. You know what I mean? Then you get people that moan. You know what I mean? Fair enough. If you can't work, you can't work. You know what I mean? Simple as that. You know what I mean? They when you fuck about it. I mean, if you can't work, you can't work. You know what I mean? There's no point trying to push yourself where it's going to hurt you. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, let's face it, people say this is doing that, this is doing that. But if mentally, physically, they can't, then they can't. You know what I mean? So it goes, you know what I mean? But if you can get out, try and get out more often. You know what I mean? Because as I say, the more you're indoors, the more your head just goes fucking bonkers. And you just don't want that. Benjamin, man, how you been keeping? You been staying out of bother? Mate, I tell you, man, I need to get you through here. Oh, a fucking pest and pocket. And as I say, aye, man, that's some job that, you know what I mean? And I say that's some job that I don't know if I'd like to do that, to be honest with you. Because I'm just, I fucking hate that. I don't know, just whacking them with shovels and everything, man. I don't know, get the post, won't I? But aye, fair play to you, because that is quite a hard job, that. I mean, no many people can take to rats and kind of stuff like that, you know what I mean? They get scared and stuff like that and run away. So fair play to you doing that, you know what I mean? It's meant to be a hard job, to be honest with you. I've never really done it. But as I say, hats off to you for that, and you know, to be honest with you. And obviously you'll wear all the protective clothing and body suits and stuff like that. You've got all that. And that's good, Benjamin, man. That's what I like to hear. Stay out of trouble, mate. And best way, stay out of trouble. Go on your life, enjoy it. So the way you're going to get forward, never sit and hating people. That's in the past, the past. You can't change the past. You head towards the future. Don't be jealous of anyone. As I say, last year, YouTube was crazy. It was bonkers. There was a lot of rivalry going on. Sorry about that. There was a lot of wee digs here, there, everywhere. You know what I mean? This year, they're all positive minded. They've all got to where they're going to go. But I think it was just because we were coming out of COVID. That's what I think it was. We're all coming out of COVID. YouTube's kicked off. Everybody's heads are fucking wobbling. And this is wanting to be that and that man's wanting to be that and it's no harmed. Certain people have made it. Well done to them. Take your hat after them. Let them enjoy their journey in life. And we'll work towards where we want to go in life. And they guys have obviously done it. No point hating on them. Because at the end of the day, why you want to hate guys? It's actually got after ass men and done it. Simple. And we'll speak about some people on YouTube. We'll do it. But as I say, it's learning to forgive that matters. That's the main thing. And other channels can help other channels, simple stuff like that. All will benefit. As I say, it's all about meeting new people and getting into the cycle to help others. And that's what we're all about. And that's what we're going to continue to do. But as I say, I'm going to leave it there because that's coming up to the 50-minute mark and I like to keep it there. Join me on Sunday. I'll come on for another live. Hopefully I'll have a guest to come on with me. As I say, I'll catch up with you on Sunday at 8 o'clock, a wee bit later. So stay safe and stay blessed. Enjoy your weekend. until Bitcoin Monday. Okay? Be here or be square. Bye bye. Gloves up.